What's going on, guys? Squeebs and crew back with a new episode, and 3 weeks into the NFL season.
3 weeks.
Chiefs are in last place.
Crazy. Hey, we went in talking about that. It was a possibility, like no chance. I'm like, it's a possibility. We're like, well,
Denver's 3-0, Raiders are 3-0, Rams are 3-0, Cardinals are 3-0.
Survived.
And who else is one more 3-0 team? Who is it? Oh, Carolina.
Well, yeah. I mean, how much can they ride?
Actually, this is a stupid question because we're both going to say the Rams are the best 3-0 team.
Right.
But next to the Rams, who's the next best 3-0 team? The Cardinals?
Broncos.
Or Denver?
Broncos.
Or Oakland?
Well,
I think we're both going to agree that Carolina's probably the worst 3-0 team.
Yes, because they have no CMC.
Right. So they could they're probably going to go on a fat losing streak. I mean, they got Dallas this week.
Whoa. We need a Dallas win. We need a loss. We need a Dallas loss.
We need a Dallas loss. Yeah.
We need a Dallas loss bad.
I was looking at the picks for next week, and it's like I want to sit there and I want to take the Panthers, but it's like I don't know if the Panthers can win that game.
But we have to. We have to. Yeah. There's no conversation in there.
Kansas
Broncos.
City.
Broncos haven't really played much top talent until this coming week.
Yeah. Ravens. That's gonna be a really good game.
Really good game. And then Raiders just survived their second overtime already.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna lose that game. I thought we were out on that one, dude. I wasn't gonna text you or anything. I wasn't gonna say anything, but that was close. It's funny because it was like they were losing in the end 14-0, and then they came all the way back to take the lead, and then we go back to them losing again. And we're like, fuck. Not
even back to them losing. It's them like, all right, just run the clock out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Jacoby Brissett.
Play well. I mean,
he should be their starter. I'm out on Tua.
I'm not out on Tua. He's too young. He got put into a terrible situation. He hasn't really gotten to be able to do what he wanted to do.
Can we agree Can we agree of every young quarterback right now is being put in terrible positions? Other than Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's in a good situation. I think Trevor Lawrence is in a good situation, but he stinks.
Justin Herbert, yes, but he doesn't really.
I think Herbert's in a good situation. I think Mac Jones is in a good situation, but I think, as you all have heard me say, I think he sucks too. And I think the Patriots are one of the biggest disappointments this season because people at the beginning of the season were putting the Patriots up with the Bills in the division. They were like, oh, they're going to win 10, 11 games. They might not even win 6 or 7. They look that bad.
I would hope
they look that bad. And it's like, I told everyone Mac Jones was not going to be the spectacular quarterback. They don't have many weapons, yes, but he's not Tom Brady. I don't think Bill Belichick has understood that yet.
I think they hyped up the draft class too high for the quarterbacks. I think Justin Fields and Trey Lance would be the standouts. I think they'll be the standouts, but I think the other three are overhyped.
Who do you think will be the standouts?
Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance. I think Lawrence is just going to be straight 50-50 mediocre, solid player. Maybe he'll take off Hall of Fame, but right now it's not. I'm going to feel it. Lawrence.
Oh, okay, Lawrence.
Yeah, he'll be all right. But Zach and Mac, oh gosh.
Since you put it on the table and right in front of me, we've talked about this before, and and we got into it yesterday on Instagram. I don't understand how people can sit here and tell me that Jimmy Garoppolo should be the starter in San Fran.
Jimmy hasn't lost him a game except.
Wait, but look at it. They have a winning football team. They're in one of the toughest divisions in football. And you're going to tell me that you're not going to start the player that can win you games. Jimmy Garoppolo isn't winning them games. He's not losing them games, but he's not making plays to win them football games. They definitely deserve to lose that game in Green Bay. I mean, yeah.
No, yes, 100%.
Yeah. But you look at it, Trey Lance gave them that chance to potentially have a chance at winning the game.
He scored one rushing.
It could have been, yes, but Marcus, you go into that situation, fourth and goal. You're down 17-0 going into halftime. You're not getting the ball back. Trey Lance, without him on that football team in that situation, they're down 17-0 at half.
You don't know
the game's over.
They call a different play.
But you don't
Kyle
know.
Shanahan calls a different play.
Yeah, but he called three plays. He called 3 plays before that, and they got on the fourth goal.
If they were 1-2, if they were 1-2, or if they were 0-3, yes, argument's valid. But he's not played in a position where he deserved to be. All right, fuck him. He's not playing well. Put the rookie in.
It's not okay. Here's the thing. This is my thing.
They are 1 field goal away from being 3-0.
Okay,
and you can't fault that.
The thing is Trey. When you have a team like the San Francisco 49ers, a team that can win football games, you're taking your 3rd overall pick when you're already a very good team in this National Football League. You're the 3rd overall pick. You can take anybody you want. You can take a skill player for Garoppolo. You can take a defense player to help the defense out. No, they took Trey Lance, the 3rd overall pick. Not even took him with the 3rd overall pick. They traded up to get him. You don't trade up to get a guy like Trey Lance and not expect to play him. That's what I don't understand. I've never understood that.
That's when your put them in, play in scenario comes into play, because that's what you say. You draft them for it. Why don't you play them? The San Francisco 49ers did this years ago, but we just blackballed it and washed it out like it never happened. They had Alex Smith up until concussion, then Colin Kaepernick, right?
Right.
It's the same situation. They can't put Trey Lance in. They
can't
put the Ferrari
in. Where did Colin Kaepernick get picked in the draft?
Like the 3rd round.
Okay.
But he was still the guy. Like, we all knew he was coming. That's wonderful. To be the guy.
You can be the guy with the 3rd round pick. You can be that Russell Wilson kind of guy. But when you trade up to the number 3 overall pick and you're a mid-level average football team, you're trading up to play the guy you're taking at the number 3 overall pick.
You're playing some guy that's going to be some smo and fucking not playing 5 years. A lot of the first-round draft picks don't last long. It's barely few. It's the one draft class that really has lasted is the one with Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield. But they lost a guy because that guy sucked, Josh Rosen. Other than that draft class, a lot of the number 1 draft class quarterbacks have fizzled the fuck out and are playing bad football.
I think Green Bay is really, really good, but they put their defense in situations where they're going to lose football games. If Trey Lance is in that football game, I think the San Francisco 49ers would have won that game.
I think it's the same result. I think it still comes down to Green Bay winning, and then it's just why that turns into the argument. If we put Trey Lance in, what do we have Jimmy G for? Like, we have literally just cap space just chilling. Like, we wasted all.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, if you're putting yourself in that situation to trade up for a guy like that, then you obviously have a mindset in mind to not have Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster at some point.
In that situation, if they trade up and keep him and they're like, all right, well, eventually he's going to be the guy, we're going to put him in this year, they should have been traded Jimmy G.
Well, I think they wanted to, but I don't know what happened with that. But
it comes to the thing where, like, they can't. They're 2nd in the division, or 3rd in the division. Sorry, 3rd in the division. Last. San Francisco's in 2nd or 3rd. You know who's in last. You know who's exactly in last. Yep.
Is it Seattle? You're right. Okay. Seattle's 1 and 2. I forgot they lost. They lost this week. Okay. Well, I don't know.
We'll get to some of the teams that are struggling soon.
I still think that Seattle is a better team than San Francisco because, which we're going to get to, they play this week. So that's going to be the test of which team is in a better position. Who's better? I think probably whoever loses on Sunday is not going to make the playoffs.
Probably. You know who I'm riding with.
Yeah, I know. So we're talking about rookie quarterbacks, Chicago Bears saga. Ugh. I mean, you got Matt Nagy coming out after week 3. You just gave Justin Fields 1 chance. And the only reason you gave him a chance is because Andy Dalton was hurt. 1, they didn't believe in Justin Fields. 2, he only played because Andy Dalton was hurt. And 3, you start Justin Fields, but then you're also saying in the background and post and press that Andy Dalton's our starter. So Justin Fields is coming into a game. Preparation is probably not all there. He's not really the starter on the team. He has no confidence from the coaching staff, no confidence from the head coach. And you're putting him in a game against one of the best defenses in football. Obviously, he's going to fail. And then you're going to come out after the game and say, not only is Justin Fields going to maybe start Sunday, not only is Andy Dalton maybe going to start Sunday because he's our starter, we might start Nick Foles. We're not sure what we're going to do. What the fuck is he talking about?
It's called dumpster fire, trash can, and he's probably going to get fired soon.
I cannot believe we came out Monday morning, and he was still in the building. That can't happen. The Chicago Bears are not going to win football games this year with Matt Nagy in control. There's no chance.
Hey, that's one less playoff teams we got to worry about.
Like, yeah, Justin Fields didn't play very well. I wasn't 100% on why he didn't play well. I know the defense was there.
These coaches are trying to put these quarterbacks in terrible situations.
He ran the ball 3 times, 12 yards. He threw the ball only 19 times, 7 for 19, 70 yards passing. Here's the one thing with Justin Fields. They lost by 20. They didn't score a touchdown. He didn't turn the ball over. So it wasn't like he was throwing the game away. He made stupid decisions. They didn't move the ball. So, yeah, I'm disappointed in his performance, but I don't think you set him. I think you play him another game and give him another chance.
I got a question. Was it more of Cleveland trying to assert dominance, or was it just more of the Bears are just that bad?
I think it's more the Bears that are that bad. And I think that this week would be the week to play Justin Fields. You're at home. You're in the home stadium. You're playing against Detroit, division rival, who's not that good either. This is the chance that you see what Justin Fields has. I think so. I think Justin Fields starts this week, and you see what happens. You're playing against the Lions. Why not?
All right. First of all, also Nick Foles shouldn't play a game.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's like, well, we have 3. This is what he said. He said, we have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. We're not sure who's starting Sunday. What?
This isn't college, dude.
This isn't college. You're going to tell us that on Tuesday. He didn't tell us that Monday. He told us this morning that, we're not sure what's going to happen Sunday. So you're going to go into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday not knowing who's starting, no preparation once again, and they're all going to play different snaps for the practices, and then we're going to come in Friday and Saturday, and we're going to announce them. Like, what are you doing?
You announce, man. I hate when the NFL does this. Like, don't try to dim down the shield. Don't. We have a brand. Professionals. Don't be like, oh, we have 3 quarterbacks. No, that's what you do in college. That's what you do when you have a mobile quarterback, a dynamic quarterback, and a guy can throw, and you're in a top program and you're winning games. That's what you do. No, here you say, hey, we got a guy. He's our guy. We go. All right, we got a backup young player that we like, but we don't know when to put him in. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Not, our third string that won a Super Bowl. Yeah, he looks good too. We might play everybody. That's stupid.
You want to know what the issue is?
He sucks.
So Matt Nagy came in 2 years. How long?
Like 4 years ago, and he had Trubisky. Ruined that man's career. He
came in after being in Kansas City in 2017. Mm-hmm. So he was there for let's get Mahomes. Alex Smith's going to start. Alex Smith played so well. Mahomes came in the backup. 2018, Mahomes comes in. He's trying to recreate what happened in Kansas City in 2017 because he was there and lived through it. That's what's going on here.
That's not how this shit works.
He thinks that he can recreate what happened in 2017, and that's just not going to happen.
Every situation.
They need to get him out of here now.
Every situation is different. We're never going to get Aaron Rodgers can sit 3 years. That'll work again. Not possible. People are too fast, too strong, and so much better at football when that time was going on. But we're never going to get a Pat Mahomes situation where they sit behind a year and he comes out and be a god. Yeah, like you gotta find the balance of when it's time and when it's not time. Right now in Chicago, if they keep losing games, you have nothing to lose. Play them. Right now in San Fran, you're winning games, you can't make that decision yet. It's just how
I think Matt Nagy should just go back to being an offensive coordinator. I don't think he's head coach material.
Shit, he's losing offensive coordinator capability with me. He would not be my offensive coordinator the way he's playing.
He did well with the Chiefs, but
He did well.
He's trying to do too many things and compare too many different things, and he's not focusing on what the roster he has now.
Hey, only person I've seen go from head coach. Only person at the moment I've seen go from head coach back to a coordinator, and it's working. It's in Dallas.
Yes, and we're gonna get to Dallas.
Dan Quinn played a great game yesterday.
NFC East check-in. Let's check it out. Washington played in Buffalo, and we got our butts kicked. I think we got outplayed completely. I think we got outcoached. I think Josh Allen played like a superstar.
Hey, y'all met a top 5 quarterback.
And I think that we're looking at probably, and I hate to say it, and it's the truth. And I'm an honest person when I come on here. I think we're looking at.
I am not.
I think we're probably looking at one of the most overrated defenses in NFL history. I think that you come in last year, and they got 1 year at it. You got 1 year with Chase Young. You got 1 year with these guys coming together, John Allen, Montez Sweat, and they looked fantastic. Looked great. They did. People are figuring it out. After 1 year, we go from second best defense in the NFL. We're now the 30th. We're the 30th ranked defense in the NFL right now.
Y'all are not that low.
Yeah, we're 30th.
Y'all are below us.
30th ranked defense in the NFL after 3 weeks. Washington football team, and it's become a thing of we're not creating the pressure that we need to create. I mean, I get that we've played Josh Allen. I get we've played Herbert, but you got to get pressure on the quarterback to make any happen going on the defensive side. And that's the problem. I think Heineke's played great. I think he played good against Buffalo. I think he made a couple bad throws. The pick six was awful completely. But I don't think Heineke's killed us. I think he's played well. I think the defense has killed us. That's basically what Washington needs to fix. I think McLaurin's played well. Gibson's played well. I just think the defense sucks.
It's very honest of you.
Yeah, I think the Giants. I think they might be one of the worst teams in the league. I think they're deep. I think they are. I think they're.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I think Daniel Jones. He's got these flashes, and he's got these times where I don't think he knows where he's at. It's like he looks so good in week 1, which they lost, but he looked good. He looked great week 2. Then comes out yesterday, and they play one of the worst defense in the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons. They're terrible, and you go 24 for 38, only 200 yards, and you don't even throw a touchdown pass. I mean, Barkley played well. He averaged 4 yards a carry, scored a touchdown, his first touchdown of the year, but they just look like one of the worst teams. They look like the worst team in the league. I don't even see them winning a game in the division this year. I don't even see them winning 3 games total.
It's starting to look, I hate to say it, it's starting to resemble a little bit of last year where we are all just trying to fight for 6 to 7 wins. Except this year, the Cowboys have a guy named Dak, and he's wheeling and dealing on the passing right now.
Good transition to the Cowboys because Dak is back.
Dak is back, but that man can't run. He can't run.
Dak is back. I think he has come back maybe a little bit better throwing wise than he was before.
Throwing wise, he's dealing.
The accuracy of the way he's throwing the football right now. I mean, he only incompleted 5 passes last night.
Oh, I watched the whole thing.
21 for 26, 238 and 3 TDs. But
I watched the whole thing.
Here's the thing for me. I think it's more of not only is Dak back, but Ezekiel Elliott can still play. Like, I don't know what people were talking about. Like, Zeke's not here. This not here. Tony Pollard's really good. He's really good. I think he's elusive. I think he's electric. But Zeke is their guy. He is the running back for that team. I mean, 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Can't get any better than that.
My take is the defensive plan and the offensive plan for the Eagles. One, we should have tested Dak as in, hey, if you're going to stand in and you want to throw it by all means. We should have just brought the house every time. Because he's not, every time you've seen him run, he's a step slower. And it sucks to say, but like, hey, if he's not going to run, throw it over our heads. And if you can throw it over our heads every time, which we've seen the Eagles corners allowed to do, like, hey, let's do it. Now let's let Zeke run up the whole time. Like, they had so many rushing yards that first half, it was hard to watch. And then the offensive game plan.
This is tough. Get through it.
I don't even talk about it because, like, we want to give Jalen every right to prove he's a quarterback, but let's not let the guy die. Why does he need to throw it like 40 times? Why? Like,
yeah,
you have Antonio Gibson, right?
Yep.
You throw it to him. You run it with him. Touches the ball like 25 times a game, right?
Yeah, about 20.
So what? We have a guy named Miles Sanders. Wouldn't you want to do the fucking same? Like, where is he at? What's he doing?
Okay.
Did he piss someone off?
Let me cut in here really quick. There's and I wrote them down because I knew we were going to talk about this game. There's 3 things I got out of the Eagles yesterday. 3 things. 1, I think Sirianni, is that his name, Sirianni? I think he forgot that he has Miles Sanders on the team. That was the first thing I wrote down.
He had a 10-yard carry, and I'm like, he's about to break it 70. What's hitting the ball?
The second thing I wrote was the Eagles have one of the slowest defenses in the NFL, but Javon Hargrave is probably one of the best defensive players I've seen because he looked good, and I think that it's being shadowed. And the third thing I wrote down, I think the Eagles still need a quarterback because a couple of things I saw from Jalen Hurts is he has no confidence in himself. He looks straight at the receivers when he throws the football.
Dude, that pick
six, he looked right at him.
And then he comes to the sideline and say what happened. You know what happened. You were like this.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's hard because I like you, Marcus, and I want to be as nice as I possibly can.
Nah, dude, be harsh.
I told you before the season started. The Eagles are in a situation where they are rebuilding. They don't know what they are. They have no identity, and they have no belief in the coaching staff or the players. Nope. I mean, I think this is just a team that's running.
Fault still.
Yeah, I think this is a team that's running around wild. I don't know. I don't think they understand what they're doing right now, and I think really deeply they're in for a really dark season because it's not even a fault of the kind of team they are. It's where their games are lined up. The unlucky of that. I mean, we're looking at early November. They could probably be 1-5.
Yep.
So it sucks. And then the NFC East check-in. I think that we're looking at a Dallas team that's back. I think they're easily the best team in the division. And I think that if they continue to play this way, they're going to win the division. And I think that Washington, if they don't get the defense right, they're not going to win the division either. So I think that if you look in ranks, it's Dallas, it's Washington, it's Philly, it's Giants.
Hey, but we did you kept saying that the Eagles are going to be last place. We survived that.
Yeah, I think the Giants, I just think they have a lot of question marks. I think the Philly will win a couple more games.
Hey, you know how crazy it would be if our teams turn this shit around somehow?
Yeah. I think if I'm talking about Washington and I look at where they're at, I think they have to win this weekend. I think this game this weekend against Atlanta is huge because we come out and win this game. They're 2-2, and they get to go back home and play the Saints. And I think that's a good situation for them.
Yeah, but I do agree with you. If Hurts doesn't play, he has a whole season, and it's still a question mark of quarterback, then I will personally feel bad because we traded Carson away and we're wasting all that money for nothing.
Well, I don't think Carson Wentz is any better.
Yeah, no, he has 2 sprained ankles.
And I don't think Jalen Hurts is bad. I think he's very young. And the other thing about it is, and I'm not going to say here, I think they needed a quarterback at some point, but Jalen Hurts can still be the guy. But Philly's got to be reasonable and they've got to be patient. Philly's not winning anytime soon. So
you know who you're talking to? These are Philly fans. They're not reasonable and they're not patient. Have you seen them how they're treating the Sixers?
Yes, but you've got to look at the fact of you've got 3 players on offense that can be absolute studs. Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, and Devontae Smith. Ride with them. Let them get better. Let them know each other better. This is going to take 2 to 3 years.
You've seen our franchise. You know that's not happening.
And you look, and it's funny you bring up the Sixers. Basketball's coming quick. We can get ready to talk about that very soon. But they don't know what they're doing either.
The whole fucking state of Philly does not know what the fuck's going on in any sport.
I think you look at major cities and franchises across the world.
There's only one looking.
Philadelphia and New York are absolute dumpster fires.
It's so sad. Smoking.
It's smoking. You got the Eagles and Sixers drama, and then you got the Jets.
Chicago too.
Yeah.
What have they done for us lately?
No, I like this Bulls team. They got a good team up there.
But
we're talking about full-on dumpster fire.
In the past years, they're putting the fire out now.
Yeah.
For the basketball.
But you look at New York. I mean,
God
the
damn,
Jets and the Giants
can't win a game.
I saw a newspaper article up in who's gonna win the first game. Like who's gonna win first?
It's got to be
Jets,
the Giants for Saquon, but like I don't know. Hey, it's not just It's not just Philly and Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Big Ben's done, dude.
I've been saying that though, and we went back and forth on Twitter. I saw your tweet yesterday. And I was gonna bring it up on the show today. Cam Newton's out there.
Cam Newton. There's so many.
But they won't do it because they've got this thought in mind where they got to finish it off with Big Ben. He's not going to sit on the bench.
Okay. And the Giants did the same thing with Eli. And then look where they're at 3 years later, still trying to recover.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking the Chargers said, all right, Philip, you're done. You're looking like you're slowing down. Let's get our new guy. We'll get Tyrod Taylor as a good little transition. Oh, wait, let's puncture his lung because you got a guy.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to. They got to switch if they want to be that Pittsburgh team of old. They got to make a quick decision or new.
The Kansas City Chiefs are in last place.
Are we worried or are we not worried?
Yeah. Are you? What do you think about it? I mean, of course, you gotta expect two back-to-back Super Bowls. Everyone's gonna be on it. I get they're 1 and 2. It's week 3, but everyone's gonna be talking about it, and we gotta talk about it because
I'm worried.
I think Denver and Oakland are good teams.
I'm worried,
but I think the Chiefs are also a good team too.
I'm worried because they wanted to address that Pat Mahomes is getting like, I guess attacked and having to run for his life. But if you think about how he plays, he's always going to run anyways. Yeah. And
I think
his turnovers haven't been great.
Here's the thing. What do you mean? Well, how many turnovers did you have last game?
Wasn't it like almost 4?
Was it?
I mean, I don't know if it was 4, but like he had 2 bad ones. Like, all right, first of all, Asante Samuel made a great pick at the beginning of the game. But the last one is the one I couldn't justify. Like he overthrow, yes, but like you gotta know you can't overthrow in that situation.
Here's the thing with the Chiefs. Last couple of years, they win a lot, and they're always up by 20, 25, 30 points.
Or they just come back out of the blue and like, oh, this is the Chiefs.
I think what's happened these first 3 games is their defense is so depleted and not as good as it was last year. And it hasn't really always been that good, but they're playing from behind a lot. And I think you watch him back at Texas Tech, Mahomes, he was a gunslinger. He threw a lot of interceptions. They were always losing. He would always try to win on one play. And I think that's what he's trying to do the first couple weeks. He's trying to win the game on one play, and you can't do that. You just can't. You cannot win the game on one play. You got to play the offense. You got to play the play calling. And I don't think Mahomes is that guy. I think they've always played from ahead. Now he's starting to learn from play from behind. I know they play Eagles Sunday, and they got the Bills on prime time. This is what I'll say, because this is what I feel is going to happen, and it's a very Kansas City Chiefs things to do. The Kansas City Chiefs won't lose another game for the rest of the season. I don't think they lose another game. The Bills game would probably be the only one. I looked at the schedule, will probably be the only one that looks at me and is like, okay, that's going to be a great game. But I don't see them losing another game.
So you think they're going to get dog walk? They're going to walk out and just leash everybody?
I think so.
You know, you hear.
I think they go 15-2.
You already know how I feel about this coming week. What I always say, even though I don't want to say.
You win till you lose, but Marcus.
Right. We have the worst Kansas City Chiefs team coming to town.
Yeah, and you saw the article I wrote. It's not going to be pretty. It really isn't. And I'm surprised. I looked at the sheet a couple minutes ago. They're only 6-point favorites. I don't get that.
All I will say, because they don't cover the spread.
Yeah, they don't, but they're going to win this game by 20 plus.
All I got to say is if Jalen Hurts, if he somehow does this for the city of Philly, I'm back on the train. Like we're going to the Super Bowl. I'll hop back on. Not like the Super Bowl train, but I'll hop.
Chiefs?
Like if we beat the Chiefs, I will hop on the all right, for sure Hurts is the guy. Train. Like he got all the time for me if he wins that game. If he doesn't, then it's just like I don't know. Gardner Minshew's on our team, and we're just having him sit there. He's a wild card. Like why? What's happened to stability at quarterback?
Yeah.
Like how do we get that? Like how do we get the Aaron Rodgers, the Justin Herberts, like those guys that like we know year in year out. It's our guy.
Do you hear that?
No, but I'm just thinking about having a quarterback I never have to worry about. He's always 90 plus on Madden.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think the Chiefs went out potentially. What else we got? Ravens. Justin Tucker, NFL record field goal, 66 yards, saves my big parlay of the day. That was, dude. I literally was watching that. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like I was like in my head, I was like, wait a second. I think the Ravens are the only leg left of this parlay.
Ravens saved me. Ravens saved me. Raiders saved me. Got money off that. And Green Bay goes down, does what they do. They save me. I mean, it took 3 game-winning field goals.
But dude, that's incredible though. Like 66 yards.
But first of all, if it was any other kicker, I chalk it. But when they said Justin Tucker, I'm like,
did you see when he stepped back a little bit? He did a little crow hop.
Oh,
did you see that?
I watched a little bit of the show I always watch.
Pat McAfee. Yeah, I saw that he did.
He was talking about it. He talked to him, said that he had to change he's been changing his steps up.
Because
put more power into it.
Because when the kickers use the legs, he like slid his right leg back. Mm-hmm. And you're not supposed. And usually you don't do that.
Well, he knew he had to put a boot. He said Marcus Pierce needs some money today.
And me.
Let me put it. And Seth Locker. He said, let us put a boot in for these guys.
I thanked him on Twitter. I thanked him on Twitter.
He was the only bird I put on this weekend.
I thanked him.
Golly, what a guy. And when is he going to become the GOAT? Because I know Vinatieri's like clutch, but like.
No, he is the GOAT.
He's the GOAT, right? Like we know Adam Vinatieri's a guy. Like he
Justin Tucker is the best field kicker of all time. Justin Tucker is the best field kicker of all time. He is just slinging himself into the Hall of Fame. He's the greatest kicker to ever do it. If I needed a 70-yard kick for $1 million, I'm picking Justin Tucker. I mean, that was incredible.
You see that one fan that said he can't do it in a game?
No, but it was like, dude, just the irony of it, game winning, 66 yards, NFL record, and it hit the fucking post. And I'm like, oh my God.
When it bounced up, I'm like,
I was like, holy fuck.
Bounce forward.
Right, yeah. Oh my God. He saw Harbaugh off the game. He was like, I think he was in shock of what happened.
Can we give credit to where credit was due?
Lamar Jackson
made 2 great passes.
Without Lamar Jackson, that doesn't happen.
Oh, for sure.
Fourth and 19. That's incredible. But you gotta sit there and it's like,
should have lost that game.
You can't let that happen, Lions.
Like
why wide open?
Why are we playing this game that close? What is going on?
No, but it's like 4th and 19, and there was no one around Watkins. Like there was no one there. I mean, he just dinked it over the guy's head, and that was easy. Unbelievable.
What a game.
Unbelievable.
What a week. Hey, even though our teams got smoked, great weekend of football.
Yeah, there was a lot of good games on.
A lot of good football.
And it was great. I was
our upset Saints.
Yep. New Orleans Saints. Dude, I told you the Patriots are trash. I could not understand how they were underdogs. Couldn't do it. Unbelievable.
Also, can we talk about Seattle? Seattle? No Dalvin Cook?
I don't know, man. I don't even have an answer. Like, it's funny because I was back and forth that game. I was clicking back and forth because we were watching the Tampa Rams game.
No, I was glued to Raiders. Glued.
Yeah, you were glued. I was glued to the Rams game. But it was more of Seattle didn't score in the second half. They didn't score at all. I mean, they were winning, I think it was 17-7 second quarter. And then after that, they didn't score. I mean, they were up 17-7 and then didn't score the rest of the game. Russell Wilson didn't throw an interception. They didn't turn the ball over. They just couldn't move the ball.
Does it feel like to me like they'll in the first half just run it up and then they just plateau?
Yes.
It's like all right, we're good.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened the week before against who did they play? Who Seattle play week 2?
Titans,
right? Yeah, they should have won that game. I mean, you look at it, the Seattle should be 3-0.
Hey,
you can say the same.
You could say the same for the Bengals.
But they shit the bed in the second half, both games.
You can say the same thing for Minnesota. Minnesota lost 2 games.
Yeah.
By field goals. So a lot of teams are playing good football and have bad records, and a lot of teams have bad records that are playing good football.
You know what though? It's been 3 weeks of football, and we got 15 more, and I can't wait for it.
I can't wait to. Hopefully, if my team does this, run the tape. But I got some good backup teams in the Raiders and the Broncos to cheer for, and I'm here for it.
Like, it's been unbelievable the first 3 weeks. But before we go, we got to do our power rankings through week 3. Power rankings through week 3. I'm gonna let you go first.
Rams number 1.
Okay.
Bucks 2 because they lost to the Rams.
Right.
Actually, you know what? F it. Bucks aren't 2. They're not.
Okay.
They're gonna be 3 in my eyes. It's gonna be Rams 1.
Okay.
The Chargers 2.
Wow.
The Bucks 3, Chiefs 4, Raiders 5. Broncos are looking in.
Wow. I did not expect. I didn't expect that.
No, because it's well deserved.
So you've got the Rams, you've got the Chargers.
Yep.
You've got Tampa, Chiefs, and Raiders. All right.
I have the two teams that beat the 2 teams above them. And then I have Bucks, Chiefs. Those are interchangeable 3s. I feel that's true.
Yeah.
And then I have the team that's been playing very good football and they keep beating good teams. We can say the Dolphins, even though they're not looking great, they're not a bad team. So they're still beating those quality teams, and they beat the 2 AFC North teams. They're number 5, technically. And then you got Broncos right behind them. That's my thing. It's Rams, Chargers, Bucks and Chiefs are interchangeable. Raiders.
All right. I'm definitely a little different on my power rankings.
Yeah.
I made my statement about the Chiefs. I think they're a very good football team. I just think they're playing bad football right now. So they at 1 and 2, they got to fall out of my top 5. So they're not.
They fell out of your top 5.
Yes.
I should have put the Green Bay Packers.
The Rams are my number 1 team in this league right now. They're playing the best football. They just beat Tampa Bay. My second team in the power rankings has to be Buffalo. I mean, 35-0 against the Dolphins. They blow out Washington. They're 2-1. They look like one of the best teams in football. Definitely number 2.
I fought them. They shouldn't have lost that Pittsburgh game. The way Pittsburgh's playing, I fought them a little bit.
So I'm going to go Bills 2. I'm going to put Tampa 3. My 4th team, they played a terrible game on Sunday, but I give credit to teams that get the job done and win the game. So I'm going to put Ravens at 4. They beat the Chiefs. They got the job done on Sunday. And really, theoretically, they could have won Monday night week 1 against the Raiders. So I'm putting the Ravens at 4. And then I think Green Bay's back. I'm putting Green Bay at 5. Aaron Rodgers is playing great football.
Can I switch a team? Actually, can I switch 2 teams? Can I move?
I talked you into Green Bay.
Yeah, I think Green Bay's back to a top 5 team, and I like Ravens being in there. And I would actually be fine moving the Bucks and Chiefs out to.
Oh, Chiefs out. I mean, Tampa out.
They're like at least 6. They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't played good football either. Every team they've played, their Falcons had 2 terrible turnovers that made that game less close. I think we agree with that. They almost lost to the Cowboys.
The teams.
That's a question we're going to have when we're going to put Cowboys top 5 if they keep the way they're going. Here's
the thing about the Cowboys. I think Cowboys are nicking the top 10, but only because the reason they're not higher is because they haven't like beaten anyone that great yet. So I'm not gonna put them up there. They haven't beat. You look at the Rams. I mean, they went out and beat Tampa. You look at the Ravens. They went out and beat the Chiefs. You look at the Packers.
They beat the Chargers, didn't they?
Who?
Cowboys.
Okay, they beat the Chargers on game-winning field goal. The Chargers, I don't think Dallas is there yet.
Not there yet? All right, good, because I'm not ready to put – I hope they have a dumpster fire. I hope Dak does –
Yeah.
I don't have nice things to say.
You know what, though?
You know how I get when I come to, like, my hatred of the team?
I hate – we got to hate Dallas. We got to hate because the division and this and that.
I'll text you what I thought last night.
All right. I feel for Dak. I think that I want to see him do well. I feel for him. He's played well, but I don't want them to win. So let's hope that Carolina comes out and wins. I think that's it. Power rankings are there.
You'll have a nice laugh. You'll have a nice laugh with that one. Because you know how detrimental I get to when.
I just saw it come up. That's funny. That's hilarious. I saw your text last night though. That was funny. I wasn't gonna bother you. All right.
I may or may not have sat in the room in silence for a good 35 to an hour.
All right, that's NFL Week 3 recap. We're gonna do the NFL Week 4 picks coming up. Episodes will be out Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see you guys next week for the NFL Week 4 recap. Peace.